Hey everyone, it's Tony Leonardi, certified financial planner professional and author of A Smarter Way to Retire. Back with another episode of A Smarter Way to Retire podcast. We're crafting retirement plans as enduring as a family heirloom. We're not chasing Wall Street market buzzwords. Last week, we covered healthcare planning for a long retirement. Today, we're diving into legacy and estate planning strategies to pass on your wealth. Do you want to see how these strategies fit into your plan? Book a complimentary consultation with me at leonardifamilywealthcare.com/assessment or grab a no-cost ebook at leonardifamilywealthcare/ebook. Are you listening to this podcast today or watching on YouTube? I'm actually finishing up my weeks-long vacation in Florence, Italy with my family. Some of the sites we visited this week: the most famous statue in the world, Michelangelo's David, at the Accademia Galleria. We went to the famous Uffizi Gallery, visited Il Duomo, the dome, the iconic centerpiece of Florence, Ponte Vecchio, the old bridge, and lots of wonderful food and wine. I wonder if I could work remotely here for a few years. That's an interesting thought. I'll have to get back to you on that one. If you're interested in seeing more of our trip, check out my Instagram account. I'll see if I can put up a few pictures and videos of our trip. But now back to reality. Today is Legacy Planning Day, and let's talk about why legacy planning really matters. Well, legacy planning, or estate planning as some people call it, ensures that your wealth benefits who you want it to benefit, your family, charities, causes you care about, rather than Uncle Sam, the IRS. A good estate plan will do so in a smooth, orderly, and tax-efficient manner. That's how you measure the quality of an estate plan. Is your plan smooth, orderly, and tax-efficient? If your plan fails to meet any of these three criteria, let me know. We'll see if we can make some improvements for you. With the 2025 gift tax exclusion at $19,000 per recipient and estate tax exemptions at almost $14 million per person, strategic planning can help minimize taxes, whether they're income taxes or estate taxes or even probate costs, which are a major concern for a lot of my clients. My book, A Smarter Way to Retire, uses our AI-powered smart planning software and our time-tested planning process to model estate plans and estate taxes, income taxes, and yes, potential probate costs. Yes, you need a fairly large estate before you need to worry too much about the federal estate taxes, but that could change with the next election. Since I first became a certified financial planner professional back in the prior millennium, the estate tax exemption amount has changed 8 times. That's an average of about once every 5 years. The estate tax exemption amount back then, when I started, was around $600,000 for a family. So basically, if you owned a home in Connecticut and had some retirement savings, you had to be concerned about federal estate taxes, not to mention state estate or inheritance taxes. Today, the exemption is closer to $14 million per person, but if you own a business, a nice piece of real estate, or you've done well in the market, you could be facing a federal estate tax issue. And don't forget to think about the growth in your assets over time. Will your assets grow into an estate tax problem over time? I've seen that happen, especially with small business owners. Small businesses can grow in value pretty quickly. A client with a successful family business that they wanted to pass down to their kids faced a 40% estate tax hit and the prospect of having to sell the business just to pay the taxes. That is not a great result, to say the least, and something that you want to try to avoid with good planning. Gifting and specialized trusts that we designed for them reduce their taxable estate by 20% according to our smart planning software and our in-depth planning process. Don't be fooled. Legacy planning isn't just about tax planning for the ultra-wealthy. Estate and legacy planning is really about control and efficiency for most of us. Without a plan, probate costs or taxes could erode your wealth or could make it very difficult for your legacy plans to become a reality for your family. Here are a few non-tax issues to think about. Do you plan to leave your assets to your kids in a protected or an unprotected manner? What do you mean by that? By unprotected, I mean, could those assets someday be subject to perhaps a divorce of one of your kids or remarriage after a death? Do you own a business? Are you going to sell the business one day? Who will you sell it to? Will you sell it in a tax-efficient manner, or will you volunteer unnecessary taxes to Uncle Sam? Interesting questions. Are you selling or passing the business to your kids? What about the kids that aren't in the business, that aren't involved in the business? Do you have a plan for equalization or to treat them fairly, whatever your definition of fair is? There's a lot to think about, especially for business owners, which is one of the areas that we specialize in, designing plans that are smooth, orderly, and tax efficient. Our smart planning software and our planning process models scenarios to help you align your legacy with your goals, like selling your business, gifting, or philanthropy, helping to ensure that your wishes are met. Legacy planning is like curating an art collection. You need vision and precision. Our planning process helps to ensure your plan reflects your values. I recommend working with a CFP professional and an estate attorney to help avoid common errors. As part of our process, we evaluate your current situation in relationship to your goals, help highlight where there might be any weaknesses in your plan, and help you design an improved plan that you can then take to your attorney for drafting, saving you all that billable time with your attorney. Think of us as the architect of your plan and the attorney as the builder. That's a great analogy. But here are 5 legacy and estate planning strategies with real-life examples to help bring it home for you. Number 1, annual gifting, probably the least understood and the most missed opportunity. You can gift up to $19,000 per person in 2025, tax-free. That's per donor, per donee. So that $19,000 can really add up. I have a couple who gifted $38,000 annually to their kids, reducing their estate by over $190,000 over a 5-year period. And our planning software confirmed an 88% retirement success rate and an estate tax reduction of $76,000. Pretty good result. Next, trusts. Revocable or irrevocable trusts help to control asset distribution. A client with a $7 million estate used a revocable trust, often called a living trust, to help avoid probate and save $250,000 in probate costs. Pretty powerful. Our smart planning software showed a 90% retirement success rate and more money and less hassle for their heirs, which is exactly what they were shooting for. Charitable trusts are a great idea. Charitable remainder trust provides a future income stream and immediate tax deductions. How does that sound? A client donated $500,000, saving $100,000 in taxes while supporting charity. Roth conversions for heirs. Here's an interesting idea. Convert IRAs to Roth IRAs for tax-free inheritance. A client converted $100,000 annually, reducing future RMD taxes for his heirs. Our smart planning software projected a 15% tax savings. Life insurance in trust. Fund life insurance in a trust to help avoid estate taxes. This is one that a lot of people miss because they end up paying unnecessary taxes as they think that life insurance is automatically tax-free. Well, it is if you plan properly. Life insurance can be income tax-free, but what about estate taxes? I have a client who used $1 million life insurance policy in an irrevocable life insurance trust, keeping proceeds of income and estate tax-free, which was a big benefit for his estate and his family. Why make the IRS a beneficiary of your life insurance when you don't have to? Our smart planning software show that they maintain their 87% retirement success rate and saves $400,000 in taxes. Again, as with most of the strategies we talk about here on A Smarter Way to Retire, these strategies combine for maximum impact. A couple with a large estate used gifting and trust, cutting their taxes by 25%, saving over $1 million in taxes. So are you ready to plan your estate? Are you ready to plan your legacy? My 2-step planning process starts with a complimentary assessment and a complimentary 1-hour consultation. We'll review your estate, your portfolio, and your goals like gifting or charity. Using our AI-powered smart planning software and our planning process, I will model countless scenarios to optimize your legacy plan. A client with a large estate recently saved $150,000 in taxes, maximizing his gifting. So book your complimentary consultation with me at leonardifamilywealthcare.com/assessment or grab a no-cost copy of my ebook at leonardifamilywealthcare.com/ebook. I'm here to earn your trust as a CFP professional. That's it for this week's A Smarter Way to Retire. I'm Tony Leonardi, CFP, helping you build a lasting legacy with our smart planning software and our planning process. Follow us on Instagram at Tony Leonardi CFP and Facebook, Leonardi Family Wealth Care. Subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube and leave a review. It helps others find us. Next week, we'll cover diversification strategies. Don't miss it. Book your complimentary consultation at leonardifamilywealthcare.com/assessment and plan smart, retire happy, and we'll see you next week when I return home from Florence. Ci vediamo. Have a great week.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Osaic Wealth, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Osaic Wealth is separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Osaic Wealth. The opinions expressed herein are for general information only and is not necessarily the opinions of Osaic Wealth or its representatives. Investing is subject to risk, including loss of principal invested. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. No strategy can assure a profit nor protect against loss. It is not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. Please consult your financial professional, attorney, or tax advisor with regard to your individual situation.